thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Bree Cherie. If you are new here, hi, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, hi, thank you again for supporting my channel. And today we have our Blackoweenathon TBR. We're going to go over the prompts real quick and I'll tell you what book fits that prompt or what book I'm using for that prompt. Some of the books I do not have. One I will be getting from the library, or two I'll be getting from the library. Other one I will be getting probably this weekend. So I'll just like put a photo so you guys can see what I'm talking about and what I'm referring to. But let's get started. So the first prompt is a backlist book that is 10 plus years old. Now I have my stack here. So the book that I'll be using for that is going to be The Living Blood by Tananarive. This is the second book, I believe, in the African Immortal series. I'm reading the entire series this month in the month of October, and so that's going to be this book. The next prompt is going to be a book with queer representation. My pick is Sorrowland by River Solomon. This is a book that I've been dying to read for the last few months, but have not been able to. This is about, a little bit of the synopsis says, Vern is 7 months pregnant and desperate to escape the strict religious compound where she was raised. Flees for shelter in the woods. There she gives birth to twins and plans to raise them far from the influence of the outside of the world. But even in the forest, Vern is a hunted woman. Forced to fight back against the community that refuses to let her go, she unleashes incredible brutality far beyond what a person is capable of. Her body is wrecked by inexplicable and uncanny changes. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. They are an amazing writer, and I'm so excited to read more of their work. The next prompt is a book that is set in the South. The prompt that I chose was The Weight of Blood by Tiffany Jackson. I am looking forward to her book, but I just know she's going to do something when it comes to race or trauma or something. But it is a Carrie retelling of, you know, that other author. And so I am going to be reading that. It is also Jan from Jan Agaton's book club pick for the month of October. So the live discussion on that, I want to say, is the 9th of October. So I'll be reading that right away. The next prompt is a book that has been recently released. For that prompt, I am going to be reading The Getaway by Lamar Giles. This is a book that is similar to the movie Get Out, where, you know, they're not able to escape. And so I don't physically have that book, so again, I'll just put a picture here. But again, it's very similar, like Get Out, and, you know, it is a YA thriller. The cover is really intriguing, but I can't wait to read it. So it is a new release that was released September 20th. You can go as far back as a year or two, I believe. So, you know, if you're looking for a book, just pick one that was released within the last year or two. The next book is going to be a book that was published in the 20th century. For me, what I have chose is My Soul to Keep by Tananarive. This is the first book in the African Immortal series. I've already read this book, but I want to read the entire quartet, and so I'll read you the synopsis on the back. Jessica is an African-American journalist. As ambitious as she is bright, she is chasing the biggest story of her life, a story that strikes closer home than she knows. Dawit is an immortal whose ancient thirst for wisdom leads him to break the first commandment of his kind, not to fall in love. Together, they are about to pay the ultimate price for their ambition and their desire. Now, this book was released in 1997, so it does still qualify. This story, this series, is literally about blood and how powerful blood can be and the uses of blood. So we have an immortal whose blood is extremely powerful, where he is able to heal and whatnot, not get sick and whatnot. So basically, throughout the entire series, we're looking at the importance of blood and how it can affect not only just himself, but his family, his community, and whatnot. And I don't know much more than that. Only reading the first book, there was a lot going on, and we unpack a lot about Dawit, but I mean, For the most part, when it comes to the other stuff and how it affects the community, I know those are in the other books. So that is it for the prompts, and I'm going to be talking to you more about the other books that I'll be reading. So the next book that I'll be reading is going to be Blood Colony. Again, this is the third book in the African Immortal series. And then, of course, My Soul to Keep, which is the fourth book in the African Immortal series. So, again, I'll be reading the entire quartet. The next book is Root Magic by Eden Royce. I've already read this book, but I absolutely loved it and really enjoyed it. So, this book is about two twins who were born, and their grandmother, and their uncle practice root work. The grandmother then dies, and that's not a spoiler because it's in the synopsis. The grandmother dies, and their uncle Doc then takes over the root magic practice and tries to teach them root magic. In the midst of them learning root magic and going to school and trying to be a kid at the same time, there is a hint that they're trying to figure out what is going on. Why is this hint surrounding our house? What is happening with the community, and so forth. And this is a middle grade book, and there's a little bit of a mystery to try to figure out, what is happening and the impact of their community in their home. And so I absolutely enjoyed this. This is such an easy read. It's an amazing book. I absolutely loved it. There is some racism involved with police and whatnot. So just so you know, that is also in here. So absolutely amazing middle grade book. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and I can't wait to read it again. The next is going to be Stacey Abrams' While Justice Sleeps. Perfect timing right before the elections, right? So I just wanted to read this book. It's been sitting on my shelves for about 6 months or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. Let's read a little bit of the synopsis. It says, Avery Keene is a brilliant law clerk for the legendary Justice Howard Wynne, is doing her best to hold her strained personal life together. When the news breaks that Justice Wynne slips into a coma, Avery's life turns upside down when she learns that Wynne has appointed her to serve as his legal guardian and hold his power of attorney, plunging her into an explosive role that she never anticipated. Avery finds Justice Wynne had been secretly researching one of the most controversial cases between courts, a proposed merger between the American biotech company and the Indian genetic firm, which promised to unleash breathtaking results in the medical field. That seemed very, very mysterious, and so I cannot wait to unpack this. It looks like there is a mystery that she needs to solve when it comes to these court cases and the documents, and so I look forward to reading more about this book as well. This last book is a middle grade as well. It is a fantasy horror book, which middle grade horror, I laugh at it because it probably is scary. I don't know. Anyways, this is Eden's Everdark by Karen Strong. Still grieving the loss of her mother, Eden visits Safina Island, her ancestor home, as a healing balm. But when she discovers an old sketchbook that belongs to her mother, she is haunted by the images on there. A creepy mansion covered with roots and leaves, a monstrous dog with a dagger-sharp teeth, and a tall woman with wind-blown hair and long, sharp nails who is beautiful as she is terrifying. Days later, exploring the island alone, Eden follows a black cat through a rift in a bright day. She stumbles into Everdark, a parallel world where the sun never rises, where spirits linger between death and afterlife, and where everything from her mother drawings is too real. Especially the Witch of Everdark, who wants to make Eden her eternal daughter. Can Eden find a way to defeat the witch's magic, or will she be trapped in Everdark forever? Now, this is a book that Ashley from the Bookish Realm, she was reading, and she really enjoyed it. And so I was like, middle grade horror? Absolutely. So I'll take it if it's the prompts. And Karen Strong, I haven't read her book. What is it? Cool, Awkward Black. So I want to see, how this author is, but the cover is stunning, and I absolutely cannot wait to read it. It's gonna be a fun time. Okay, that is it for my October TBR. These are just for Blackoweenathon, so I will have a separate TBR for other books that I am reading outside of Blackoweenathon. So yeah, I cannot wait. Make sure that you tag me. Again, my links, everyone's link for the co-host will be down below. Bree's announcement video for Blackoweenathon will be down below as well. And I cannot wait to see your guys' TBR and join you guys in Spence as well. Remember to continue reading Black authors all year round, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.